What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another video. This is a long anticipated video. We're back with another 30 years video. I know it's been almost a month since my last one. I want to get back right, guys. I've been a lot of busy with my family and personal life. So let's get back into it, guys. If you like this video, any video I've done so far in this series or on this channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell for more info. Today, we're going to do a very special player. He came out of the University of Illinois. He was a second-team All-American in 2005. He was a third overall pick back in the 2005 draft. Probably the second greatest point guard ever played for the Utah Jazz behind John Stockton. Today we're going to talk about Deron Williams and his amazing career from start to finish. Here we go. We're going to start with Deron Williams through the years. He played 12 great years from 2005 to 2017. To matter of fact, he only made one NBA final throughout his 12-year career, and that was the last year with the Cavaliers, despite them losing in 7 games. So let's get on to it. Deron Williams played 845 games throughout his illustrious career, where he averaged 16.3 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. Deron Williams came out of the University of Illinois, where he was a second-team All-American. He was a third overall pick in that draft in 2005, where he was drafted with the Utah Jazz, where he played most of his career with Jerry Sloan, the Jazz. During his time at the Jazz, starting off his rookie year, he played 80 games, averaged 10.8 points per game, shot 42% for the field, averaged 2.4 rebounds per game, averaged 4.5 assists. He made all-rookie team, first team. He was the only rookie outside of Chris Paul to get first-place votes for Rookie of the Year. Go to his second year, where Deron Williams played 80 games for back-to-back years. This year, his rookie year, and his third year is the only 3 years of his career when he played 80 games or more. In his second year, in the 2006 season, where he averaged 16.2 points per game for D. Will, 45% for the field, 3.3 rebounds, and 9.3 assists. He finished second in assists in the league behind Steve Nash, who eventually won league MVP. He led the Jazz to a 51-31 record, won the divisional title for the first time since '98, and also made it past the first round for the first time since 2000, despite losing to the eventual NBA champions, the San Antonio Spurs, when they lost in 7 to the Spurs. That's the first time they got to the conference finals since 1998, when they eventually lost to Michael Jordan and the Bulls that season. So it was an 2007 season where he played for the only time in his career 82 games, and it's the last season where he played 80 games. Deron Williams averaged 18.8 points per game, shot a career-best 50% for the field, 3 rebounds, and 10.5 assists. This year, he finished third in assists behind Chris Paul and Steve Nash. He was not selected to the All-Star game, but was selected to All-Star Weekend to participate in the Skills Challenge. He also had the most assists in 1 month during that season on March 9th of 2007. He had the most assists in 1 month since John Stockton did it back in 1992. He led the team to a second-round appearance in the playoffs with a 54-28 record, and eventually lost to the LA Lakers. In 2008, he dropped in games led by 14 from 82 to 68. He averaged 19.4 points per game, shot 47% for the field, 2.9 rebounds, and 10.7 assists for the second consecutive season. Deron Williams missed his first 13 of his 15 games with a high ankle sprain. He was snubbed once again for the All-Star game. And on March 1st, 2009, he was the second active player in NBA history to have 20 or more assists in at least 4 consecutive games. That following year, 2009, where he this time played 76 games, he averaged 18.7 points per game, 46.9% for the field, 4 rebounds, and 10.5 assists for the third consecutive season. On December 14th of 2009, he was acknowledged Western Conference Player of the Week. On January 25th of 2010, he was named to his first career All-Star game after being in the league for 5 years. On April 28th of 2009, he was the first player in NBA history to reach 20-10 in 4 consecutive playoff games in a series. On that following year, his 6th year in the league, which is 2010, he played 53 games. The first year of his career, he played less than 60. He averaged career best 21.3 points per game, 45% for the field, 3.9 rebounds per game, and 8.7 assists. That later on that year, on February 23rd, 2011, Deron Williams was traded to Brooklyn/New Jersey Nets. At the time, they were the Nets, but eventually will be bought off to Brooklyn to play for the Nets. He was traded to the Nets to play for Brooklyn for Devin Harris, Derek Favors, 2 first-round picks, and $3 million in cash for Deron Williams. The Nets were looking to have a true point guard, a franchise guard for the first time since the J. Kidd era. They got one in Deron Williams. Deron Williams came off his first career playoff appearance, the first career All-Star game appearance. He was averaging a career best 20 points per game the year prior, 10 assists. He was looking to find a new place to go. He could contend for a title. A lot of rumors had it that him and Jerry Sloan had beef, which caused Jerry Sloan to resign midway through that year, which caused Deron Williams to get traded out of Utah to Brooklyn. Deron Williams denied those claims, saying he had nothing. He never wanted Jerry Sloan to retire. He said that him and Jerry Sloan was a great chemistry. It was just sad to see him go. A comment from Bruce Bowen, talking about how good of a player that Deron Williams was. He said, this is quote, he compared Deron Williams to John Stockton. And here's what Bruce Bowen had to say. That's what's missing in today's NBA, a solid point guard. You have the scoring guards. You have the guards that can do some things. You can't do some things. With him, it's special because he spent that time in college and learned more and more about the game of basketball. So he goes to a great team that really needs a great point guard. He just fits the mold of a young Stockton. So that's pretty high praise from a true on-ball defender as Bruce Bowen and a great champion as Bruce Bowen, acknowledging the young Deron Williams on this game as a young John Stockton. Let's go to his years with the Brooklyn Nets. His first year of Brooklyn, he played only 12 games after the trade from Utah to Denver. He had 15 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, and a career-best 12.8 assists for my boy D. Will. Going to his 2012 season, Deron Williams averaged 18.9 points per game, shot 44% for the field, 3.3 rebounds per game, and 7.7 assists. Now he started his assists to go down. This is the final season of his career where he averaged at least 7 assists or more. 2013, he had 14.3 points per game, 2.6 rebounds, and 6.1 assists. 2014, he had 13.1 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. Then 2015, his second to last year in the league, he had 14.1 points per game, 41% for the field, 2.9 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game. His last year in the league, he played for 2 teams, which was the Dallas Mavericks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. During the 40 games he played for Dallas, he had 13.1 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 6.8 assists. And then his last 24 games career, he had 7.5 points per game for Cleveland, 1.5 rebounds, and 3.6 assists. Deron Williams all-time is ranked 22nd all-time in league history with assists, where he averaged a total of 6,819 assists, or 8.1 assists per game. He's 191st all-time in scoring. His jersey was honored by the University of Illinois upon retirement. His number 5 jersey. He was a second-team All-American in 2005. He was a 2-time gold medalist with the 2008 Beijing team and the 2012 London Games team. He also earned a gold medal in the FIBA Americas Championships in 2007 in Vegas. And now currently after retirement, he's currently a boxer. He won his first career boxing match by knocking out former NFL Hall of Famer Frank Gore. So what y'all think about Deron Williams, man? Is he a Hall of Famer or is he not? Appreciate y'all tuning into the video, man. Like and subscribe if y'all new. We out of here, man. Stay blessed, stay cool, and have a wonderful night.